Actually, let me rewind this. I really like that very first way this track goes. This is Skaven, Deep in Her Eyes from the Uplink soundtrack. I really like that opening little dun, 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 dun. I think that's so dope. What if the giant monsters are out? Let's see if I got Leviatine. I fight the giant monsters with just the two of us. No, I don't think I could. They're not up here anyway. That's probably a good thing. Although they both have a lot of other places they can spawn. So yeah, the plan for today is just to keep my ears open. What the haps are, you know? Get to 35. And once we get to 35, we'll join the Vanguard. Maybe do the whole Vanguard intro arc, I don't know. And that'll probably occupy most of today. Is Sally out? Sally is out. I don't know if I have Believer, but I'm a believer. Like, we're about to get it. I'm sorry, Sally. Please forgive me. There we go. Believer. And thus we have wrapped up our Croatoa time. Well, let's go do Archmage Hellowise's thing. And just get that off of our list of to-dos. So I'm forming a Tin Mage and an Apex. I ain't level 50, I can't do it. Otherwise, I would very happily go do that. As stuff in this game goes, that's always pretty fun. Simply because it's just like, yo, go beat up a bunch of stuff. Hey, XLG. I was wondering who my one viewer was, starting so soon. Ah, the old boom shakalaka. You know, one thing that always cheesed me off, NBA Jam, like the original one, it had a lot of great samples in it, and then they used different samples in like the tournament edition or whatever the upgraded version was, and they weren't as good. And Boom Shakalaka might have been one of them that changed. I don't remember, but like that's what I remember. Boom Shakalaka from the most is just freaking NBA Jam. Go slam the ball. Boom Shakalaka. That was a fun game, man. He's on fire, that too. All the very silly little cheat codey things like big head mode and stuff like that were just so stupid. Gotta like it. Developers don't really seem to do that sort of thing anymore. Killing gremlins and cap to spawn death surge. Somebody's doing a patron arc. Yeah, okay, we don't need any of that. Alright, so now we teleport to the other zone. Whoosh! Through the shadowed path! I was told that this character here is based on character from Zinnia Stray. I was told she's based on a character from a TV show like Lost Girl or something about like a succubus. I didn't really watch that show, so I don't know if that's actually true or not. That's what I was told. Jeez, that's been like 12 years. Yes, I understand the show is a fictional thing. You know, that tends to be what entertainment shows are. They tend to be fictional, XLG. Oh! I did watch one episode of it one time. They were talking about like Mongolian death worms or something, and I thought that was a lot of fun. Alright, so we got that story arc done. It's not actually worth any XP, but it's done, which means she is no longer on our contact list. I could do the new Praetorian arc. Gosh, that arc's got some hard stuff in it. I don't know that I want to do that. I guess we'll just go find somebody and talk to him. Let's see. The way back out is over here, right? Is that where I want to go? Oh, actually, hey, you might never have seen this, XLG, because I don't spend a lot of time in this zone most days. But this zone has a giant monster in it. That's usually on the map, because he's a pain in the butt to kill. I guess one day I'll have to try to solo this thing. Now that big jello bowl that I tend to fight on Saturday nights at the Hamikaze, the Hamadon. Well, in Pretoria, the other universe that we go to, the Hamadon's much stronger, and this is one of his minions. We can't even fight the Praetorian Hamadon, it's not in the game. But there's this big honking dude right here, the Hamadon Seed, and it's what ruined all this stuff. Why this city zone is a mess. I think it looks really cool. Part of the fight is he periodically drops these little dudes around, and each one of those either buffs or debuffs him or you or him, respectively. So to beat him up the right way, like, you actually got to take all that stuff out. And there is, let me see if I can find it. It's down here somewhere. Nope, I've gone too far this way. Is there a Cloverfield reference? Cloverfield sucked. I don't know why people were into Cloverfield. There it is. There's a dead one over here. Which is pretty cool. There's a badge in here too. Let me go ahead and grab that while I'm here. There we go. Shell shocked. Let's see. Is that actually a badge? Is that just a day job spot? Let's go up here. I can't remember if there's actually a thing to click on up here. Or this is just where you log out to get psychiatrist. Oh no, we got like, what is that, head juiced? Alright. Let me grab all the plaques and badges in this zone real quick. I'm doing it in the wrong order. That's usually the last place I go, is up there. What do you think of the Uplink soundtrack? Like, I enjoy this a lot. Playing Uplink is a great experience for a lot of reasons, and this music, the soundtrack, is one of them. Absolute baller game. I've played through Uplink maybe like 6 or 7 times all the way through. That's probably more than I've played and beaten most games that aren't City of Heroes. There we go, Dearly Departed. And there's a plaque on the side of the church. Right. In the regular universe, there's the Carnival of Shadows, and they're all evil. They use magic masks and stuff. Here in the evil universe, it's the Carnival of Light, and they're actually like the good guys, fighting the evil empire and stuff. Down here and get this badge, or this plaque. I could go on and on about City Heroes lore for forever, and you would just be absolutely sick of hearing it by the time I was done. These guys are ghouls. They're actually experimental creatures. They're like normal people that one of the Praetorian scientists basically kidnaps and mutates as part of his program to create like undying super soldiers. And the ghouls themselves tend to have gone like completely feral. And then there's the failed experiments, who are kind of the same, but they got more think braining going on. Let's see, the thingy here, upstairs, so we don't need to go get that. Is this badge on top of a building? They're in the water. I hate these badges that are in the water, man. I can never find these stupid things. There we go. Alright, let's get the ones in the resistance camp over here. Then I guess I could go to Night Ward, but Night Ward will kick my butt. I'm probably not going to do that. Oh, and stuff in the game tends to be color-coded. Like, you can tell we're in Pretoria because the portal's gold. Pretoria's the gold side. City Heroes is blue side, so all the stuff there tends to be bluish. And City of Villains is red side, so stuff like that tends to be red. You can even see that in like electricity powers, because the heroes will have like blue electricity, and the villains will have red electricity. Praetorians don't get gold electricity though, theirs is just red. I'm thinking of Riptide. He's like Spine's electric, and I think his electric armor's red. Yes, it's set in South Africa. You didn't know that? It's actually set in Rhode Island. Well, the main universe, City Heroes, is set in Rhode Island. City of Villains is set in some fictional islands that are somewhere between the US and Bermuda. And then Pretoria, I don't think anybody has actually figured out where this place is. Because it doesn't seem to be in the same place that the City Heroes Paragon City is set. Okay, one more of these and we should be done here. And I think I missed an exploration badge somewhere. We'll have to look at the map. Okay, there we go. We got the last word badge. Now, what plaque did I miss? Or not plaque. What badge did I miss? Oh, there was one up on top of the building. That's what I missed. Okay, well, that's easy. Yeah, since it's an empire, it's the Praetorian Empire. You have Emperor Cole. You've got the 5 Praetors. You know, definitely hearkening back to ancient Rome. But as you can see, they're not always so successful at stopping giant rampaging monsters from destroying places. It's like one of the fundamental assumptions in the game universe, or one of the fundamental parts of the game universe for Pretoria, is that after Doug MacArthur started chucking nuclear weapons around in South Korea to fight the Korean War, the Hamadan woke up, And he's a jerk. Oh, I play Rampage with 6? What's Rampage with 6? Is this not where the badge is? There we go. Eye of the Vortex. Alright, that's the last one, right? Oh, there's another one. Oh! We totally miffed this. See, this is what happens when you go the wrong way and you're trying to do something. Are you talking about the Atari game from 30 years ago? 35 years ago? Like, I don't think 6 wants to play like an old Atari game, XLG. Besides, the only person I've ever played Rampage with is my dad. So, you know, whatever. Great game, though. Are there mission doors down here? Why are there mission doors out here? I had no idea. How do I get to where this badge is? Oh, there we go. Vengeance Seeker. We're still missing badges. Okay. I think we got that one. We got that one, we got that one, we got this. I hate it when stuff is hidden under markers, man. Fine, we'll go get the one at the hospital. There we go, Prime Warden badge. Alright, we're done here. And nobody is foreman anything I can join still. Wild. Rampage is only sort of competitive. Like, Rampage is just like 2 people having a ton of fun wrecking stuff, dude. I got it on... what, my Atari 7800, I think? Not that the 7800 works. Hold on, I'm gonna eat a cough drop real quick. I was surprised, since I'm talking about Rampage, I was surprisingly happy with the Rampage movie that came out like 4 or 5 years ago. I thought that movie was a blast. It was so dumb, it was fun. I don't know if you've seen that. I didn't watch the entire movie. I missed the very beginning of it. It was like on HBO or something one day, and I was just flipping channels right after it started. So I missed like the very beginning of it. But then the rest of it was just a hoot. Like, I just sat back and I'm just like, this is awesome. Alright, well, let's see if we can get some missions from some contacts or something here. And get back on point. We probably out-leveled most of these contacts. We'll go talk to them anyway. Oh, dude! All the actors in that movie did an absolute bang-up job as the people they were supposed to be. I didn't know that guy was a wrestler. I didn't know who he was. But that movie is stupid and fun. And he did a pretty good job as B.A. Baracus. Like, I got no complaints about the 18 movie. I only watched it once, but I was thoroughly pleased by it. So do we want to do this nerd with long hair, or the guy in the tie? Or let's talk to Ginny Firkin. Wait, she's going to give me a mission with Devouring Earth, isn't she? She's the one that gives the Terra arc, isn't she? Ugh, I don't want to do that. I also don't want to go do First Ward or Night Ward, so we'll go do this. We'll kick it old school. Like, here's how much I like the A-Team movie, XLG. There's that part where they're falling down out of an airplane, right? And it's like, this is stupid because they're in a tank, and they start firing the tank cannon to slow their fall. And I'm just going to tell you that that was fun. Alright, we got a little street hunt here. The Devouring Earth around the edges of the map. Where are we at? We're at the university? Okay, so the nearest edge of the map is going to be over here. Like, I can't really think of something that's bad. Yeah, see? Hold on, let me put this up. I can't really think of anything bad to say about that movie. Like, I don't know that the movie needed to exist. Because I don't know that we needed an A-Team, like, reboot without the original cast. But, having said that... Oh, I went to the wrong side of the map, didn't I? Having said that, like, I pretty much just had fun. There we go. Okay, that sentry is going to spawn an emanator. Those are a pain in the butt. He's going to make a cairn. And cairns give everybody more resistance, which means it takes forever to kill stuff. Hey, that is a great way to put it. And I agree with you. I think everybody making that movie had fun making that movie. It comes through in the film. You're gonna spawn a rubble? Oh, he didn't even spawn a rubble for me to kill? Come on, dude! Just so everybody knows, the goal for today is to get the 35. And we're going to take the opportunity to get there any way we can. So if somebody starts forming a mission or something that's a hero at level 34 can join, I'm there. If I remember right, fungi improve, like the chance of, or like the strength of like mezzes or something for the Devouring Earth. It's not a big deal when a fungi drops. Not like a cairn, or the crystal one that I'm blanking on the name of. Which improves 2 hit. Those are annoying. Welcome to the stream, Mr. Weasel. Last night I ended up finishing off Croatoa, which meant I got the very silly mission at the end of the last story arc where you just stand around for 15 minutes while enemies don't spawn because you're clever and you stop fighting the ambushes. They no longer know what to do. Good times. But, having said that... Oh, geez. We're actually going to get our butt kicked a little bit here. Having said that, you know, the reason I mentioned this is we were talking about, like, Irish stuff again. Because what else are you going to do for 15 minutes when there's nothing happening? We're going to have to retreat. These lieutenants are going to kick my butt. You know, there was pretty much nothing happening, so we were just talking about a little bit of Irish stuff. And I tried to find a reference to back up something I remember. And maybe you remember this too. But the Irish were traditionally considered by, like, under Spanish law, like tradition, to be Spanish. And so, like, Irish people could go into Spain and be treated under the same way that a native Spanish person would under the law. That's because of mytho-history stuff where supposedly, like, the first Irish person was from Spain or something. Like, that's how the story goes. Don't ask me, like, what's true or whatever. Like, you get far enough back in history, stuff starts getting fuzzy. But I know I read that. I learned that in the context of playing Europa Universalis at some point. So it's probably on the Paradox forums is where I got that from. Okay. 2 slightly lower level lieutenants. We can probably handle these guys. Alright, and the plant dudes... they put down a Tree of Life, which enhances regen, which usually isn't a big deal. Unless you're fighting like a giant monster or something, in which case it suddenly becomes a big deal. But just like minions and stuff, they don't get a lot of juice out of that. Well, traditionally you get whatever she wants, XLG. Dude, I've got like 3 chocolate bunnies from Easter downstairs. Like, the chocolate thing is set. But no, I usually get her like an actual present. 'Cause I'm not a savage. Like this year, she's like, man, my mouse is really funny. The single clicks are turning into double clicks and stuff like that. So I just bought her a new mouse. She's been using that same mouse for like, I don't know, 10 years or something. I got her a, oh, whatever, like it's a Microsoft wireless mouse. I don't remember the number of it, like a 3500 or something. Like, I would have got her whatever the equivalent to like a Microsoft IntelliMouse was for wireless, but it wasn't exactly clear. Like, that was my goal, because the IntelliMouse is totally like the indestructible, you know, thing. It's one of the most solid pieces of computing hardware ever created by mankind. And so I tried to find the mouse equivalent, the wireless mouse equivalent to that for her. She seems to like it. If she didn't like it, we would have sent it back, you know. Got her a different one. Combat Cray Menace. Defeat 35 Cray. Oh, boy. Oh, here goes the 5th Column War. Is there an ambush for this? Nope. Okay, well, Cray are on the other side of the river. Yeah, she's well, phew, boy, I don't think I'm going to be fighting these guys. Let's go to Brickstown. The Cray there will be lower level than the Cray here. Train is this way. She's like not the kind of person that's gonna go buy herself something like that. Like, she will just continue to suffer through, you know? And I was like, you know what, she'll like this. And she did like it. M510. Let me look that one up. I'll tell you, the best mouse I ever used, like in terms of just not dying, I think I still own. Oh, that's what... Okay, yeah, I've seen an M510 before. Was just like whatever the cheap mouse is that came with one of my computers. Like, that was the best mouse I ever used, just for like living for forever. I think I got that thing downstairs somewhere in my basement, in my like spare computer supplies, because it's completely indestructible. You know, it's got the roller ball and everything, man. You just got to take the ball out of it, which, you know, now that I say that, sounds kind of messed up. You know, like we're gelding the mouse. And you get it out, and you just get like the gunk off of it, and then you put it back in, and you're just ready to go again. Problem is, those kinds of mice require way more arm movement than like this Razer mouse I'm using. Which, let me tell you, I was so unjustly mad at Razer until I realized I'd had that mouse since like 2016. And then it was like, oh yeah, you know what, 7 years? That's a pretty good run. Because it didn't seem like I'd had that thing that long. Absolutely did not. It's a shame you don't really fight these cray cyborg dudes here at higher levels. Like, you get to level 40 or something, and they just go away, and Cray turns into like a bunch of just like Cray tanks, and that's about it. At least that's what it feels like. So we're just going to casually run around and beat people that work for Cray Industries up. You know, I'm not saying like the ethics of what we do as a superhero are kind of messed up, but the ethics of what we do as a superhero, they're kind of messed up. Like, I've got no reason to be running around beating up people that work for this company. Six is not one of Crusader Kings. I can already tell you that now, XLG. I know you're just lying. Yeah, untrue. I thought, uh-huh. Although, you know, they are done with Crusader Kings 2, so maybe I should get the rest of the DLC and actually, like, play it seriously, because I haven't played Crusader Kings 2 seriously in, like, 7 years or something. Well, if you start out as, like, the Holy Roman Emperor, retaking Jerusalem's not actually that hard. I played a lot of the original Crusader Kings, and I never really got good at it. And I've only played Crusader Kings 2, like, twice. And in both cases, I kind of gave up on doing anything, like, really fun, and just started, like, being like, you know what? I'm going to become an alchemist. And I just sat there, like, triggering alchemy missions with my ridiculous stats over and over again. Oh, and one time, in one of those games where I was an alchemist dude, one of my heirs, like, joined the Satanist group or something, and then he had, like, the devil as a child. Like, it's just like, okay, You know, we're totally living out like a bad child movie here because this kid just killed all of his siblings and it got a little wild. My favorite game in the original Crusader Kings that I did, and I got like to the second generation, I think, and then I kind of lost interest in it. But I started as like the Count of Apulia, and my goal was one, to dethrone my brother as King of Naples, and two, retake all of Sicily. Which was how I became the King of Naples. I had more stuff than my brother. But please don't buy Stellaris. I'm mad at Paradox, and I don't really want to give them money anymore. Although I totally will for whatever the latest expansion in EU4 is, because I want to play that again at some point. But I found this online generator that would create quatrains based on, like, Nostradamus' quatrains. And so my dude, like, everything he did, like, I tried to interpret a quatrain and then do that thing as the next thing he was working on. So there was a lot of weird stuff that came out of that campaign, you know, because you can only do, like, the monkey falls at Reggio. In fact, that's how I came up with that campaign, because Reggio is a province or a region in southern Italy. That was like the whole inspiration for it. So the monkey falls at Reggio. Like, I don't know what this means, but we're doing it. Nice speaker. You guys actually gonna fight the tank or what? Oh shoot, somebody was forming a citadel while I was talking to you. Gosh darn it, XLG, I needed to do that. Ha! Oh well. Oh freaking well. Look at her, she's just standing here reading the newspaper, and we run up and murder her. I mean, arrest her. Yeah, I got carried away talking. I wasn't watching the chat. Somebody formed a Citadel task force, and I could have used a Citadel. A Citadel would have got me to 35. It would have been perfect. That's okay. Somebody will form another one. Or somebody will form, like, a Katie Hannon or something, and we can go on that. Moonfire! Hey! Do I need Moonfire still? Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. Dang, nabbit interface. Your Transcendence, Manicore. Oh, we've already done a Citadel. So that would not have been too cool. I mean, we still could have done it. Oh, we need to do a posse. Well, I can solo a posse 1, no problem. Maybe we'll do that here in a little bit. But I sure don't see Moonfire. Here we go, we haven't done Moonfire. We'll go do this Moonfire. Looking for group, task force, Moonfire. We'll shoot a bunch of vampires and werewolves. It'll be great. Oh, maybe this dude will form a Hess right afterwards too. I would love to do a Hess just for fighting Burkholder on the giant robot in the volcano. Striga Isle is supposed to be somewhere not too far offshore from Rhode Island. Still room? I'll come. Alright. Let's see, what kind of trouble can we get into while we're waiting on this to launch? Something always comes up. Like, that's one of the things about this game. Like, there's always something going on. There's no way I can... Oh, wait, will this aggro this guy? Oh, if I aggro him, he's not going to pop the force field generator. Dang it. Well, we can shoot the sky skiffs at least. They're worth a badge. Like 100 sky skiffs or something. Yes! Pop out the force field generator. Pop out the FFG. Yes! Don't worry about it, XLG. I wasn't actually blaming... If it sounded like I was blaming you seriously, I apologize because I wasn't. I was being silly. Like, you didn't really make me miss anything. My own carelessness and not reading made me miss something. Oh yeah, tiny amounts of badge progress. Not that this character's hunting badges, but it's always nice to be hunting badges. Because we don't need no stinking badges. Get out of here, Hoverbot. And there's a Raider engineer in this group, so we'll shoot the captain. He'll pop his force field generator out. There it is. For engineers. Oh, there wasn't actually one in this group? Sag. Less Bright is a tanker brute. We'll just have to let the pets do this. Dude, it's just Moonfire. But what is there to sponge? This is not a hard task force. And yeah, 3 masterminds? I'm not even going to get any aggro. Okay, there's Homeboy. Boat, Talos, left side of the map, north of the PI boat. I don't know how to get there. Oh, I think we just ran out of Uplink soundtrack. Thank you for joining me on my very goofy adventure, by the way. Like, that's all today is us being just real silly. And I hope you're having fun, because I'm having fun. I remember way back on my Spine Scrapper coming in here and doing this when these guys were whatever the lowest level, the light gray con. So I could pop, like I could get them to aggro. Is that not an actual enemy? Okay, it is. It's just not where its hitbox was. That's weird. Except for +3. Oh my gosh, never mind. We're going to get our butt kicked on this thing. We are so getting our butt kicked on this task force. Alright, my job will be to let other people get shot and just kind of stand behind them. What's not going to get me in trouble if I listen to it? You know what? Katana Zero soundtrack. Let's do it. Oh! We started it just as the freaking task force started! Bro! I got like crushed ice in my drink here. It's like glorious. Hey, we saw this Despot Merc at the very start of the stream, I think. We saw them like at the Oro portal. Alright, so the first part of this task force, we're basically just shooting vampires. Then the next part, we shoot werewolves. And kind of what we're doing here is learning about the way the council is organized. And I gotta be real careful with my powers here so I don't knock things through walls. Somebody wasn't careful there, or that wouldn't have happened. So, for example, there's this homeboy whose name I just forgot. And he was a scientist, and he created like a super soldier serum. I can't remember his name. Is it Nosferatu? I think it's Nosferatu. And he created the super soldier serum that gave him his powers. And that's where the vampires come from. They're his troops with his super soldier stuff. And then you got the werewolves, who we run into here in a minute. And the werewolves are failed alien implants. They're not actually werewolves, even though they look like it. They get nictus fragments put in them. The fragment doesn't take the right way. And so instead of getting like a fully fledged alien hybrid living inside of them, they just transform to giant wolves. And those tend to be Requiem's troops. Then you have Arakan, who is an alien like Requiem, and her troops also get the implants, but they don't turn into the werewolves. Instead, they become the galaxy troops that shoot the Nictus Dark Blasts out. So we're getting like familiar with like the council hierarchy and stuff like that here in this arc. The game used to take great pains to explain all that kind of stuff to the player, and that's not the case anymore. Now it's just like, yeah, these are the Black Knights. Look at these guys. We're not going to explain anything about who they are, what they're doing. They're just these magic guys living in tents in First Ward, and it's like, somehow they protect Excalibur. And it's like, what? Like, I've done that arc a couple of times, and I still can't tell you, like, how any of that stuff in First Ward or Night Ward holds together. It's too scatterbrained. What if we combine crazy evil Praetorian super science with weird mystical stuff and the Hamadon? It's like, did you really need to do that? Because it doesn't make sense. Dude, we're just letting these masterminds cook, like, that's fine. Hey, there's a badge for killing vampires. Slayer. I sure am I at the toggle. just need some candy. Get this stuff down. Run in here. And hope we don't knock anybody through a wall. Hey, Leonza, thank you for the cookies. And thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it. Much love in the neighborhood. It's never really clear to me what the neighborhood is, but they got much love. I don't like what I'm doing here. I need to knock him the other way. There we go. Rats in that ding, Sonic Stella. Well, just gonna be the two of us here, I guess so. I don't know that me and Despot Merc got this, but we'll give it a go. There's some characters where I'd be like, yeah, I got this. This character is not one of them. Set for +3. What kind of maniac sets stuff for +3? Somebody who wants XP, that's who. That's fine with me. After all, with enough inspirations, all enemies can be defeated. Sweet, we got pain tolerance from secondary mutation. That is like the best one because it helps your endurance use. And for a lot of this game, outside of like when you're in an incarnate, like endurance is the big bottleneck. Oh, is an Archon back here? Dude, with all these pets, I can't find Jack. Like, good luck. I don't know why I'm looking for Jack, but I sure can't find him. Hey, XLG, you out there still, dude? Where'd you dip? This is an XLG checkpoint. Let's see if he's still here. This team is steamrolling pretty well. No complaints so far. At least no complaint that's not really just my fault in disguise. Like, I can't find things to target because there's so many pets. Like, that is very much a me problem. That's what I thought. XLG's not here. He left. He dipped out. He's like, I can't handle the guilt here of having made elizibar miss something. It's okay, dude. I wasn't blaming you. Like, that was just me being silly, man. Come back, please. Don't go. The drones need you. They look up to you. Like, that's what's going on here, man. Defeat all villains in cave. Not that far away. I was going to teleport, but it's like only half a kilometer away. I can just run that. So, that previous mission was all full of the vampires. This one is all full of werewolves. Oh good, we can still shoot this guy even though he's in the wall. Thank goodness. Werewolves aren't too bad to fight. They're immune to being immobilized, which is kind of annoying. And they got a knockdown. Actually, several knockdown attacks, if I remember right. That can be rough. But I don't actually mind fighting them too much. Oh my gosh! I've got like a 4070 or 4080 or 3080 or something in here. Yeah, it's not a 40, it's like a 3080. Basically, I bought that card and I got a computer for free. And we're like, did you see that? We were chugging, man. That's how unoptimized this game engine is. I really wish they could take like the Unreal graphic engine, graft it on top of the mechanics. Okay, we're going this way apparently, but not that way. Sadly, that's not a feasible thing. Otherwise, it would have been done by now. And I forgot how cool Sonic buffs were. I don't really play my Sonic Defender. I should make my Psydark Savage with a P. Okay, so we looped around. Alright, I got very confused there for a second. Now I see which map we're on. I'm pretty sure I could just leave and this team wouldn't even notice I was gone, dude. That's how smooth these masterminds are rolling. 3 masterminds, 2 defenders, 2 corruptors, and me. I am definitely the weak link in this team. It is all buff and debuff madness, and I'm like the token DPS. Like, I'm the pity person. And I don't even do that much DPS. This ain't like I'm a scrapper or something here, you know? Oh my gosh. Let's set the oil slick on fire, guys. Don't worry, if you forget, I'll set the oil slick on fire for you. Like, I got one thing I can do well, and that's one shot an enemy that can be one shot, and then turns into a bigger damage patch. I don't like playing Trick Arrow, man. Hats off to people who do. By hats off, really, I mean like my hat's staying on. Like, I'm not actually taking my hat off. What do you think, I am a weirdo? But, you know, it takes a certain kind of person to do that, and that person ain't me. I'd rather be playing my Sonic. I was looking at making a Symphony Control character. Because that's what my Sonic should probably be, like a Symphony Control Sonic controller. Just based on her origins as a bard in a pen and paper like fantasy game. Like, that makes more sense to me. But I don't know what to pair it with, because I don't want to pair it with Sonic. And I was looking at like doing a Symphony, man, I had to think of the name. Symphony Control Dominator, and again, I don't know what to pair it with, like Energy Melee or something. Like, it's not really clear to me what would synergize. And sometimes the synergies are pretty like obvious, because like, yeah, you got a fire character like Fire Blast or whatever. You pair it with fire as a secondary. Now you're just doing like lots of damage. In fact, you pair anything with fire as its secondary, you're going to do lots of damage. Mine's on it. Alright, I'm just gonna chill then. Alright, here we go. Oh, it's 300 yards away? Well, I already hit the button, so I might as well use it. And now this mission is, hey, these guys are recruiting people to become galaxies. You can see we got galaxies and we got failed galaxies. So it's the same thing. We're just exploring a third enemy group in the council. Notice I waited for them to get their opening AoEs in before I went and I kaboomed. Sensation. Oh, that's for getting influence. Okay, cool. Is that the 25 million badge? No, that's the 5 million badge. Okay. I think red side, the 10 million badge is like Mr. Big, which is fun. Man, this game had such a banger soundtrack. I'm glad I played Katana Zero. I got kind of frustrated at parts of it. And I was real glad I ended my playthrough on stream at the fake ending that occurs before the final couple levels. Because I had a lot less fun after that point in the game than I did prior to that. Oops, wrong button. I think that video's on YouTube now. Whoops. I think my Katana Zero playthrough's on YouTube. You can go check that out if you want. Very briefly, I was pretty good at that game. I don't think I'd be good at it now. It's been too long. Silver bullet, that's for killing werewolves. I mean, arresting werewolves. We're a hero. We don't kill. All this stuff that you see, this is arrests. We're arresting people here. We're a good guy. That's what you do. Scared recruits. Really dawned on me that shipbuilding is a very noble occupation. Guy didn't want to get an alien shoved inside him. Who can blame you? Who wants an alien shoved into you? You know what? Don't answer that, okay? Just don't. Don't answer that question. Because there are people out there who are very much going to be like, yeah, man, I want that alien shoved in me now. You know, it's like, okay, you're a little too hardcore. Well, what's that meme? Jose wanted to be hardcore, but his mom wouldn't let him. Poor Jose. I am so out of here. Huh. Man after my own heart. Yeah, we'll go back to that intersection we were just at and we'll go across it. We'll take out this lieutenant. We'll take out this lieutenant. Alright, now my mission is complete. We helped. It's shake and bake, and I helped. That was a fun commercial. Commercials used to be like that. They didn't just make people look bad all the time. There'd be something interesting about them. Like, it wasn't really making fun of people. It'd be making fun of situations like the old Dunkin' Donuts commercial. Gotta make the donuts. I made the donuts. I gotta make the donuts. You know, and he'd be going to work, coming out of work, or coming home from work, like, over and over again. And then the joke was when he runs into himself. And it was super memorable. Here I am, you know, having seen that commercial as a little kid. I still remember it. Nowadays, the commercial would be something like, the guy's gonna make make the donuts, and then somebody else would be like, I already made the donuts. You were late for work. And somehow that's supposed to sell me on donuts. And it's like, I don't understand that. I guess I don't understand how making fun of people is supposed to sell me stuff. Not that I'm immune to marketing. Like everybody else, they can get me. I remember seeing a television commercial for... I think it was Resident Evil 3. And I was like, whoa, this is too cool. Oh, one of these maps? I'm not sure where Dr. Todd is. Hey, we're getting close to leveling. For a lot of what it does, this game just lets you do what you want. That's something I appreciate. A lot of games try to force you into, like, whatever mold it is the developers have that they want you to go through. And City Heroes, outside of, like, incarnate content, outside of some newer stuff, City Heroes doesn't really roll that way. As much as the devs tried to at various points. Quit missing, dude. Oh, we're gonna get yoinked out? Cool. People hate hostage leadouts, and who can blame them? They add time and don't get you anything. Let's say keep murder? Keep out murder? What? Oh look, another kill-all. When this is over, I'm going to have to take a short break to refresh my beverage. And apparently take a Tylenol. I must not have got enough sleep last night. Well, I know I didn't get enough sleep last night because I was up till like 3:30 watching Orange Joker play games. That lunatic of a man is still going. I don't know what he's made of. He's like made of like undestructium or not tiring him or something. Oh, I just remembered something about this game. If you have a costume that later becomes illegal because they've removed a costume part or fixed a bug that you were exploiting or something, you can keep that old broken costume. Cough drop? No, the cough drop was just because my, like, it's dry, XLG. Like, I just needed some menthol. Oh, I just saw a study that says menthol actually prevents or alleviates Alzheimer's. They did a study in mice that were genetically predisposed to get Alzheimer's. Why we've done that to mice, I don't know. And they were like, the mice that huffed menthol multiple times a day did not get Alzheimer's. The mice who did not huff menthol did. And it's like, oh, wow. So I don't know what that means, but it certainly means, you know, justifies me chugging menthol cough drops, I guess. I actually like menthol a lot. I don't know. Menthol is one of those things. It's such a useful chemical because it just alleviates bad feelings. Going this way? But yeah, XLG, the cough drop was because I had no moisture in my mouth despite drinking my ice drinky, my ice cold drink over here. Which maybe means I should have got a hot drink this morning. Had a cup of like herb tea or something. Might do that. But I definitely did not get enough sleep. I feel it's that kind of headache. I can feel where it's at in my head. Used to, Mastermind Pets blocked movement. They took that away years ago, and it's one of the best changes they ever did this game. Because you can now walk through them. They don't push you around anymore. Thank heavens. Thanks for the late night stream. What are you talking about? Actually, I do have plans tonight, but I don't know what's happening after those plans or exactly when those plans are. Miss. My attacks just miss. Thanks, game. I feel real useful. We're getting close to the point where I have an afternoon power nap. No? Usefulness of power nap? I mean, yeah, naps are fine. I'm not that tired, dude. Are you mistaking me for somebody else? Or some numerical streamer? I'm just checking for the glowy back here. Glowies can spawn back in this stupid space sometimes. Oh, there's a whole nother path. Okay. Now, I'll get a cup of coffee this afternoon and I'll just power on through. Ain't a thing. I haven't had any coffee since Friday at like noon. Caffeine, much like nicotine, makes a better you out of you. This statement has not been evaluated by the FDA. Oh, I think I was talking about the menthol thing. The other day I also saw a study that said something like 15 or 20% of all young male schizophrenia diagnoses were attributable to use of cannabis products. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I read. It's amazing how all these chemicals that we surround ourselves with, like for good or bad, like whatever they are, can interact with our bodies in weird, unforeseen ways. Like, I thought a lot of schizophrenia diagnoses were due to like toxoplasma infection, i.e. because you had a pet cat. Because toxoplasma is like a psychoactive infection, because its life cycle is to make mice get eaten by cats. Lots of interesting stuff out there, and a lot of it's contradictory, so it's hard to know what's actually true. You know? And that's out of my field of study too. So I just kind of read the abstracts of those things because I don't know how to interpret their statistics. Hey, really cool. I watched most of Stand and Deliver, which I think I watched a long time ago when I was a kid. So I vaguely remembered some of it. And it's a movie about a teacher in a bad school in LA. And it's based on a true story, apparently, where he's getting these students who are underperforming, type students to take AP Calculus and pass the exam and all that stuff. And they did it. And I thought that was really cool. Because it shows, it's a real life example of when you have somebody who's in your corner, whether it's a teacher or whatever, and they push you in the right ways, then you're going to get better at whatever it is you're doing. You're going to end up prospering at least a little bit. And sometimes that's all people need. It's just like a little bit of a push, a little bit of somebody to help shake them up from the place that they think they're trapped. I thought it was a really good story. I had, what's that guy's name? He was the police chief in Miami Vice. Edward Olmos? I hope I got that right. He was really good as the teacher. And Lou Diamond Phillips was good as one of the students. I didn't recognize any of the other actors in that movie, but it was really good. I was surprised, man. I was just like having dinner. It's like, oh, it's on Turner Classic Movies, and that was on. And I'm like, this is a pretty good film. Man, they were doing calculus, right? I'm like watching them do like whatever like level AP calculus is, and it's just like, holy crap, I forgot how to do some of this stuff. Got a freaking PhD. Granted, most of what I did is solving differential equations, which isn't really just doing calculus. It's more complicated, but like you get what I mean, right? And maybe it's just somebody who has that interest in teaching people that kind of really resonated with me. I don't know. Just follow the pets. As you follow the pets, you'll eventually get to where you're supposed to be. Oh man, at one point, they're like cramming for the exam. He's got students in his house studying, and he's like fixing them brains to eat. And it's like, He's like, this is 24-hour food. And I'm like, yeah, I know how nutrition-rich brains are, but I don't know, man. I'd got to be real hungry. But I was very pleasantly surprised by that movie. Absolutely great, I thought. It didn't shy away from stuff that was uncomfortable. I'm going to give it that. Sorry, I was just listening to the music for a second, man. Katana Zero was such a great movie. Katana Zero was such a great game. With great music. We're gonna kaboom. Problem with damage patches, like the oil slick when it's lit on fire, the enemies run out of the patches. They just scatter everywhere. It's kind of like when I explode, like enemies just scatter everywhere. This poor little galaxy, he wandered into the wrong place. He did not want to be here. I think the pet's got this. I'm just going to click the button. Oh. Ran out of my beverage. Dude, I've been drinking like everything here lately with like a glass full of like crushed ice. I'm like trying to sneak water in without just explicitly being like, I'm going to drink water. And I think it's been really successful. That crushed ice melts so fast. This is the next to last mission, isn't it? I think it is. The blip am I? Oh, we're all the way over here? Okay. We need to get inside the base. See somebody. What are you? Are you... I don't recognize your effects. Poison dual pistols. Oh, that's poison trap, wasn't it? That went off. Cool, we got a res on the team. That's dope. Not that we've needed it. $500 yards, that's nothing. We got this. I really like this crushed ice stuff, man. Reminds me of like some like restaurants you go to. They'll have this like little ice that's like round like a barrel with a hole in the middle. That stuff is like the primo ice. You see a shadow flit across the ceiling, a trick of the light, or something else. Bum 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 bum. So, I tied a onion to my belt, as was the style at the time. That was a real style too. Wasn't that like Elizabethan England or something? Yeah, we're just gonna cruise through this and kill everything. I mean, arrest everything. Defeat everything. These are arresting lasers. They arrest people, okay? Like, I know you look at these things and you're like, Elizibar, you're just lasering people. I'm arresting them. And we're very carefully making sure that only the guilty get lasered. You listen to that synth line? What a groove. Bum, 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 bum. Oh man, I gotta like work on my posture again. I'll do real good and then I like fall off real bad. Somewhere, I think I've got a character that I started working on, like perma gang war or something, and I know it's possible because somebody else I know has a perma gang war thugs mastermind, which is absolutely ludicrous. Where is Arakan? We already beat her up? Oh, she's in that group where everybody's at. Okay, I'll come back over there. Make sure I zap her. Here we go. Arakan defeated. Task force completed. We are now an honorary Peacebringer. That's how much we rock here. Thank you so much for joining me on my journey. Thanks! Exclamation. Alright, let me quit out. Alright, I'm going to take a quick break and get a fresh drink. I will be right back.